Good morning, gamers. With the release of the Aranea boots, you can now completely AFK Sarachnis for around 1.1 mil GP per hour. Given that there are no requirements to kill Sarachnis, this is a very low entry ult that you could create. You can kill Sarachnis with a lot less gear than I'm showing here, however it is only viable as an AFK method due to the Aranea boots. You'll see an example of my gear and my supplies that I'm taking in a trip now. If you are watching this video, I would assume you know the basics of Sarachnis. I use a Xerix talisman to teleport to Xerix Glade to get to Sarachnis. The Aranea boots also let you pass through webs without a slash weapon. On your entry kill, you will need to pray range until you are within melee distance of Sarachnis. Once you are within melee distance of Sarachnis and you have clicked the boss, you can AFK the entirety of the kill. The Aranea boots mean that you do not get trapped in any webs, therefore you are never out of melee distance and do not need to pray range. You will be praying melee, so you will be protected from one of the small spiders, however you will be tanking the mage spiders. This is why wearing high mage defense gear is recommended. For a kill for me, as long as I have around 60 prayer, I will not be smited, and I very rarely come close to dying. As you can see, I have not interacted with my client since attacking the boss. Given that you will be AFKing, I recommend setting up notifications for low prayer and low health. At the end of each kill, I sip prayer potions and eat food until the boss respawns. Once the boss respawns, you can click it once and commence AFKing. My kill times are around 1 minute each, which means I get 1 minute of complete AFK time. As you can see, I do not need to interact with the client again until the boss is dead. I will let the rest of this kill play out, and at the end of 2 trips we'll have a look at how much loot we made from completely AFK-ing Sarachnis. The amount of kills you can achieve per hour, and therefore the GP per hour you can make, will depend on how much GP you are able to invest into your role. I am using a fairly expensive setup, however you can certainly kill Sarachnis viably completely AFK with far less than I'm using in this example. As I mentioned at the start of the video, the barrier for entry to create this ult is very low. There are no quests or unlocks required to kill Sarachnis. You can get here with a Xerix talisman, which is fairly easy to obtain, and you simply need sufficient melee stats to be able to kill Sarachnis. Again, your melee stats will also vary your kills per hour and GP per hour. In this example, I have around base 90 melee stats. I have been killing Sarachnis for a few days now, completely AFK while playing my Iron Man, and I have amassed hundreds of KC and made millions of GP very easily. So it's definitely a low effort ult that does make you a reasonable amount of GP. I have not died yet with my stats and gear, however it is definitely possible. That is why I'm recommending setting up notifications for low health and low prayer in the event you do come close to dying or being smited during a kill. We have just finished up our second trip now. Let's have a look at the GP we made, the supplies we used, and the profit that we did make from completely AFK-ing Sarachnis. I was able to obtain 29 KC in just over half an hour. From these 29 KC, I made 800k at a rate of 1.4 mil GP per hour. I used around 170k in supplies, which gives me a net profit from my 2 trips of 634k. Extrapolating this out to an hourly rate, means that I made around 1.1 mil net profit per hour. Again, this is completely AFK and has very low barrier to entry. Therefore, I think this makes a fantastic alt, and I think the release of the Aranea boots certainly make AFK Sarachnis alting a viable and reasonable moneymaker. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you do make a Sarachnis alt, good luck on the pet.